Who would have thought 1 year ago, we're coming up to our first year anniversary on the 26th of May 2026. Dreamcatcher Radio didn't even exist. It wasn't even an idea on my radar, and I didn't even have a plan. Uh, not even basically as a maybe one day. It was nothing. It just so happens that I was at an event in Blackpool, and Steve Little was there, who ran a radio station, not ran a radio station, sorry, worked at a radio station. He was quitting because of the way the radio station treated our event and let us down completely. And I thought, hmm. I was sitting there that evening thinking about it, what he's telling me, and that sort of stuff, and seeing his amazing skills that evening. And it was an amazing evening. I just approached him and said, would you like to start your own radio station? And he almost instantaneously said yes. And I said, just give me a couple of weeks. Let me just make some inquiries, because I didn't know how difficult it would be to do. It turns out it's not straightforward by any stretch of imagination, especially to the level that I wanted it. And I went back to him and said, look, come on, let's do it then. So we started it, and it started with nothing. 0 listeners, 0 presenters, 0 blueprint. It was just a belief in my mind that that voices mattered, and for me, freedom of speech matters a lot. And I think most people in the radio station now understand what I mean by freedom of speech, because people don't understand the importance of freedom of speech ordinarily, and people deserve a place to speak without fear. Unfortunately, it's been eroded in the UK for many years. Anyone who knows me to speak openly. I can speak delicately, politely, with massive empathy, which is, the backbone of me. But I don't always have a filter. But in the current climate in the UK, sadly, you have to have a filter just to survive, in my opinion. And that scares me a lot. Because, in my opinion, when people are afraid to speak, it causes division, anger, and essentially society loses out. And people get wound up by not being able to speak freely. I'm not talking about incitement, which is obviously misconstrued about freedom of speech. So when I met Steve, a veteran DJ, a man with decades of experience, had quit his job because of an event that I organised. And instead of stepping back, and instead of going quiet, I asked basically a simple question: would you like to start your own radio station? He doubted me because he didn't know me. But I went back to him, and he thought on the small scale, where I wouldn't. That's not my game, to be honest. I want to maximize it to the best of our ability. So he started off on a lot bigger scale, far more presenters from day one than even his own radio station he used to work for. And we've been on a journey. We've had to get rid of presenters that didn't meet the ethos or couldn't do the task. Because it's all about empowerment for me. Freedom of speech, empowerment, and enriching society, which may sound rich in itself, but I don't want people draining people all the time, because that's all you hear on the media. But I want people to, for example, Englishman in Sweden, he laughs during his show, which is so negative, but he has a laughter to it, and it basically says, like, you see what I'm saying, and that's massive for me. And you look at, we've got a 15-year-old presenter on Dreamcatcher Radio, who's doing amazing. It's just so good, so good. And we got Dave Hughes, 86, the who laughs throughout his show. It's so humbling for me, knowing that I'm responsible for creating something that never prior existed. So it wouldn't have happened without Steve, by the way. It wouldn't have. If he said no to me that day, Dreamcatcher Radio wouldn't have existed. And at one stage, he wobbled, and this is quite early on. I can't remember what the wobble was about, but he said to me, "I just want to, I might as well just go with a presenter or something like that." I can't remember how it happened when he came out with it. I said, "Steve, do you realise it's your radio station?" He was having a hissy fit or something. I can't remember. And I said, if you go, the radio station closes. And I was serious in that, and it wasn't a threat, but basically it motivated him again, and he come back maybe during that same conversation or the following day, and unwobbled. Like I say, we've lost presenters along the way, and for the right reasons, because of integrity matters, standards matter, the mission matters, and we're not here to compromise on who we are. We've been on a journey which has taken us from absolutely nothing, literally zero, day one, zero, to over 44,000 listeners a month across many countries. Just think about that. People have to choose the station. They have to log in. They have to go on their Alexa. They have to go into their mobile phone, and they choose to listen in to you, the presenters. And I'm so grateful for our audience. And then a publishing company approached me not too long ago to ask to buy Dreamcatcher Radio. Now, I'm the owner of Dreamcatcher Radio. I could have said yes and could have taken the money and walked away. But that's not who we are. So I went to Steve, because the station was built on a partnership, trust, and shared values. And he had validated, in my opinion, exactly what I was thinking. Dreamcatcher Radio is not for sale. Because it isn't just a radio station, it's a family, it's a community. It's a platform for truth, for courage, for humour, for passion, for relationships, for people to go to learn and hear real stories. I mean, we've got a blind presenter, we've got an autistic presenter, we've got so many presenters that have gone through serious stuff in their lives. And they can share and express, and just all the guests they get on and that sort of stuff. It's just amazing. For me, it makes me quite emotional to learn what we've actually done. We've achieved something without any investment from anybody else. Not one penny have I had to go out to get money from anybody else. The engagement we have, the messages, the support, the loyalty, it really is extraordinary. I know a lot of people, and even they can't believe what we've built here in such a short space of time. And it just shows so much. You look at Steve Little, right? He when I met him that night, he basically had no job. Right? He was in a relationship which was going nowhere. And look at what a day, the day that I'm recording this. He's now being elected mayor of St. Helens. How amazing is that? Talk about empowerment. He's obviously been elected as councillor as well. Again, it's empowerment. It's incredible. It really is incredible. And I listen to all the other stories from other presenters, all the networking they're doing and that sort of stuff. It's just mind-boggling. It really is. But it's being around what I believe is what's law of attraction. I know it's a word. But just how the presenters have just developed and know they're in their own comfort zone. And I could tell you stories that I have in the background with presenters, where they feel weak sometimes, and we've managed to get through the process of building them back up again, and they come out like a rocket, far stronger than they even were before. It's exceptional, absolutely exceptional. I think also, based on the emails I get, is Dreamcatcher Radio is come a place to rely people to rely on, and people feel part of. We've got so much more that we're looking to bring to the radio station, like call-ins and the like, which I can't wait to do. And it's just what we've achieved in 12 months. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary without any external investment. We've done it ourselves, and we built it from nothing. It was just determined, passionate, and me being stubborn, awkward. I know at times, but we got there in the end. So now, looking forward to the next 12 months, because we're not slowing down, we're not stepping back, we're not diluting who we are. We are Dreamcatcher Radio, unfiltered. I'm going to use Lisa's phrase here: unapologetic, united, and unstoppable. So here's to 1 year. Here's to every presenter, every listener, every supporter. Here's to the mission that we started and the mission we stand by today. And here's to the next chapter. Thank you, all our presenters and all our listeners. Thank you so much.